Angela here, and because I sometimes find it difficult to video myself explaining the exercises, I thought I'd put it out using my 3D models. Now, what I've done here is I've mixed some of the exercises that you have seen on the diagrams from levels 2, 3, 4, and I've put them into multi-exercises. That way you don't have to change things around a bit. You can also make it into a course if needs be. So I've got 6 hoops out in a line to start with. So straight line. Now with this, here's my little man without his head. Okay. With this, you are looking at working on your weight and being able to send your dog with simple signal and then following the dog as they go along the line. If necessary, changing from one arm to that arm and rocking from that side to that side as they go past. So here if you've got your line, this is your go on command. So you're releasing the dog, go on, means keep following the line. So, very simple. Recall, sit still, wait command. Just take your dog to one end, face one hoop, practice your sit and stays with one hoop until you can walk away and stand back here, stand over here so that you're not quite in the dog's view. Wait quite a long period and then go back and release. So don't be tempted to calm your dog through when you want to practice your sit weights. Try and make it more of a sit and successful weight so that and go back to your dog rather than walk away and constantly release. So there you have that. Now we go on to perhaps something that you are looking at and you're thinking, oh, what is the way? What is the wag? Now the wag, it's not pronounced wag, veg, is where the hoops perhaps are moved at an angle and you need to teach your dog to move away. Okay, so this is not necessarily a switch, which might mean take a right and take an angled turn and keep straight on. This is a slightly angled turn. So the dog, instead of going straight on, even though the hoops are at right angles, you're going to be standing here, releasing your dog, and with the opposite arm, so not your left arm, but with your opposite arm, just giving your dog away command, and then they learn to turn slightly away from you, pick up the next hoop, off they go. So you use 2 hoops for that to start with. Make sure you're doing it to your right way and your left way. And then you might want to add the 3rd one to make a ladder. Make sure the dog can see a good path through the hoops. Stand here, past the first hoop, and as you release the dog, it's way and moving your outside arm to signal they've got to turn away from the hoop in front of them. It's a slightly different direction. So you've got that bit. Now you've got your left and rights, and here, of course, if you leave these hoops out that you've been practicing your way with and your left and right with, then you've got distractions for that straight line now. So you can do the straight line with distractions or without distractions. Now we come to the left and right. So this is where you might need to start back a couple of hoops. Take away the last hoop to start with so that as they go through the last two hoops, there is only a left or a right turn. You can add that one dead ahead later on to see how well your left and rights are progressing. You're looking at being able to, my man's drunk, you're looking at being able to stand working backwards. So you might need to start here, ahead of your dog, call them and turn with your dog, right? But don't over exaggerate your arm signals to go with it. It needs to be a carefully manoeuvred or carefully timed curve to finish off facing past the hoop line so that your dog will turn with you. You're then working backwards so that your dog, you are level with your dog. Your dog then potters off. At this point, you go right, and the dog will turn to the right, and you follow their line with your body. Change sides, stand on this side, send your dog off, left, turn away, and the dog should turn left. When you think you've got that, then you put in a decoy. The other thing you need to work on is being able to get your dog to turn when you face them. Okay, so start thinking about that as well. And do you use the same commands, left or right or way? Well, I would look at this and think, yeah, I would need a right hand command. I would need a left hand command because my dog is turning to its left. So even if you're facing them, it's the dog's left, it's the dog's right.